Welcome back. This is Metrowoman, a program designed for women where we provide creative solutions to make your life better. Now, talking about the indispensable employee, I still have with me on the show, Mrs. Bajulaye, and we're going to discuss the characteristics or qualities of the indispensable employee. So what would you say the first characteristic is?
Well, I'd say that this person has to be result-oriented.
The indispensable employee has to be result-oriented.
Yes. Do you want me to go further into
that?
Yes,
I do.
Okay. Now, for a company to survive, it needs to deliver against life's tides.
Yeah.
It needs to deliver service, product, the way the customer requires it. And I use the word against life tides. That's against all excuses, against all odds.
All challenges.
All challenges.
Yeah.
The outcome that the customer demands must be met for the organization to stay in business.
Yeah.
So it's not personal when the manager or your boss requires you to be at work and deliver on targets, even though you are facing personal issues. It's just the design of business. And so the employee who realizes this has become an asset to the business.
To the organization.
And so if you're going to be a result-oriented person, you are going to produce solutions regardless of challenges. But if you're not a result-oriented person, you will always throw excuses at the management.
Reasons why
it couldn't be done, reasons
yeah.
why. And you know, these reasons are valid.
Yeah.
But the market does not recognize it. So the indispensable employee has to be wound in such a way that they will produce results on time and every time. Regardless of challenges.
What's the next characteristic?
Okay, next, the indispensable employee has to be charismatic. Now, there are people who actually are result-oriented, but they are offensive.
Yeah.
They are not easy to get along with.
Yes.
So you see, these kinds of people are poison in an organization, and the organization is scheming to get them out. They might be scheming by employing somebody else who would shadow them for a while, know what they're doing, and then so that they can get rid of them. But a charismatic person is someone that can carry people along. You can carry your team members along. Yeah. You can carry your subordinates along. You make the clients feel comfortable. Your bosses are happy that you're around. Now, that's not to say everybody will be happy with you, but it just says generally, you are easy to work with. And in your communication, you are clear and you carry people along. This person, again, is an asset because you can function as an internal liaison for the company, and you can also be a public relations officer for the organization. So it's either you're internally handling public relations for the organization or doing that externally. All in all, you keep the environment balanced.
Great. And the next characteristics, we've talked about result-oriented, charismatic, and what will the next be?
Being meticulous.
Meticulous.
Following through every dotted I and crossing every T. Because when you're not meticulous, it means that you overlook important things, which might be easy to overlook, very little things, and that will cost the organization a lot. So you might be charismatic, you might be results-oriented, but if you must cross all your T's and dot all your I's.
And the next characteristic?
The next is being diplomatic.
Diplomatic
is similar to being charismatic, but it is being able to communicate something that might be offensive on a light note.
In a diplomatic way.
In a diplomatic way. So it's important because you're not always going to give good news. There would be some things that people don't want to hear. And you will find that the management would thank you for this because when there are things that they need to say, and it's not pleasant, they'll
call you to say, and that will make you indispensable
to them.
So I guess the indispensable employee as well should be given to serve.
Yes. They know that they're there. I mean, our pastor, Reverend Chris, says our life is a gift to the world. So you are there as a gift to the organization. You are happy to help. You're not the one who's saying, this is not my job description, so I'm not going to do this. So that is one of the major characteristics.
Yeah, and what about emotional intelligence?
Yes, that is where you have thick skin. An emotional intelligent person is aware of himself, can control his emotions, and also control the emotions of others. So you're not always running home when somebody says something horrible to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can manage your emotions and you can channel your energies in the right place. That is a key characteristic of being indispensable.
Great. And I guess you also have to be assertive.
Yes.
Could you tell us more about that?
You would need this because you are dealing with people.
Yes.
Everybody has a goal or objective to achieve. Now, when management or when you are doing something in the interest of the organization, some people might not want that to go. So without being horrible, you have to insist on the objective or on the process or on the activity and ensure that it is done. So you need a level of assertiveness. This puts you in the light of leadership and as a management tool to the organization.
All right, that's great. So now let's talk about what exactly it is you need to do to be indispensable. We've gone through the qualities of an indispensable employee. So now, what exactly do you need to do? What actions must you take to be indispensable in your organization?
Okay, when we were speaking, I told you that this was the third stage of a training I take on labor market relevance.
Yes, you do.
Now, to become indispensable in an organization, you want to look at the following things. You want to be interested in the organization's need. What do they need at the moment? Why do they come together as a company?
So in other words, you have to understand the big picture.
Yes, you do. So
why they're doing what they're doing,
yes,
their aspirations.
You know, so you know their future.
Yeah.
You know what they're working on currently. So you're not just coming to work and saying, okay, what are my tasks today? You're actually involved, like you said, in the bigger picture, the vision. And so you become a driver of that vision. You become a driver of that passion. And you automatically become indispensable to them.
Because I think this is important. Because, you know, in our everyday experiences, sometimes with organizations, and then you meet people who say, this is not my job. This is my job. This is not my job. People like that then they're dispensable. It means I can hire someone else to take your place because all you're doing is what you've been given to do.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
So now what you're now becoming is somebody that creates that job when you become indispensable. So you're not saying this is not my job. You can actually now hire a new person because you've created an opening and you fit into the bigger picture of the organization.
Wow. Interesting. We'll have to go for a break. So we'll be right back after the break.